Wake up, Daddy's home.
I feel the need for speed.
And it's shaking bait time. Damn the torpedoes! Everybody on? Good. Great. Grand. Wonderful. No yelling on the bus.
Welcome to Sunday Funday. Gentlemen, we have a special guest with us tonight.
What?
And I'm going to bring them on
You
right
didn't
now.
know? Your ass better call somebody.
Uncle Clutch.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
The best.
Doing well,
in the
thank
business.
So let's go around the horn. Wes, Joe Hunter 73. Thank you for joining tonight.
What's up, everybody?
Hillbilly Harper.
Yeehaw.
Wreckship 85.
Boy.
Ahoy. And Max. Maximum Warp.
There we go.
All right. Let's see who we got out there. It looks like Jetman just joined. Jezza.
Hey, Jizza.
What's up, Jim?
Ronnie's here.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Larry.
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 The Blade
Nice.
Doctor.
Good to know.
Ronnie.
Good to know.
Casey will indeed send it.
We hope.
The other half of
Oh,
Spartan
There
Customs.
she is.
Okay.
There you go, Todd.
What's up, Todrick?
Hello.
Odd.
Paul Morales is out there.
Doing his
Oh, there you
thing.
go.
Hey.
Somebody knows you.
I have friends.
Who loves you, baby?
Love it. Love it. Oh, and of course, Scrib was out there and missed the opening.
Got a whiplash.
Yeah. But and of course,
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
there he is. So anyway, tonight we got a lot to get through. We've had a lot of submissions in addition to the people that are here. What we decided to do tonight was make up some of our own characters. And I do want to talk to Uncle Kutch after we go off live because I'd really like to see if we can make my character come to life.
And I had an epiphany and it hurt, and I have an idea for one.
Ooh, do you?
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Very cool. So we could start with any pickups. You want to start, Eric?
I have
You maybe pick up
Yeah.
fixing something going on there.
Yeah. So I can't show you the other part of my haul from ZoliCon because it's out in the parking, out in a driveway. The bumper's in my truck. But I picked this guy up.
Oh, hold on. Let me embiggen you.
Yes.
There we go.
It is
Nice.
now can't really see me.
Matte black snake eyes.
Yes, it is from level 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
his
good.
hands even rotate.
What magic is this?
It's witchcraft. And it feels great. I love this little figure. I want to paint him up. Oh no. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, I mean the sword comes out of the backpack. I mean, it's great. Had to do a little tweaking on him. But I talked to level 7 and he's like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. But he is a good guy to deal with, and I would recommend him highly.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. Wreck Ship, I know you picked some stuff up.
Did I? Can't remember where I picked up on.
He bought so much. He can't remember it
Yeah.
all.
La 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 la.
Oh yeah, was that this week? Honestly, I
Yeah.
can't remember.
One of those
Yeah,
weeks.
it's
I mean, it
It's
is
in the other-
Sunday, so last week was yesterday. So
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I did go pick up the rail guards. It's up there in top shelf.
Nice. About you, Max?
Yes. I don't know if I showed these off. Maybe they were just in the box, but Mayfex Nightwing.
I need that.
Fancy.
Yep. So I got the Batman Dark Knight Returns. I just did a review on that guy. Let's see. My favorite villain, Mayfax Magneto.
Nice.
Very nice. I love this figure. And I picked this up just for the heck of it because I wanted shipping and it was on sale. So Weapon X Wolverine. So I need to get rid of my screen here. So my
He's
background.
disappearing to the deck.
Oh my gosh. There.
There,
Ah!
uh,
I'm hugging Wolverine.
there you go.
There we go.
Weapon X.
This
Yeah.
isn't remotely
X.
embarrassing. So Weapon X Wolverine.
it's what we do to our toys behind the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seeing behind the curtain.
So, Uncle Clutch, have you finished anything this week or picked anything up this week?
We took a weekend away, so I had to halt all my projects. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of somebody that's coming up. Kind of cool. I'll pop his head on. His identity does not need to be secret. This is a new Dreadnought coming out. His name is Powder Keg. He is a former snow serpent who decided he wanted to enjoy the slopes more with his snowboard. It has not been decaled yet, but it will be, and chuck grenades at people. So he became a knock. And he wears a little bit of clothing that's protective and a little bit that's not. Lady Spartan had her choice comment to say about his choice of cold weather gear, and I said, "Hey, suspension of disbelief." So the final three,
Nice.
the final three code names for him were Whiteout, Powder Keg, and I'm trying to think of the other one. But Powder Keg won out because, you know, you got the white powder for the snow. And what's better than an 80s character just cruising down the slopes, chucking grenades? And then he could also be a skateboarder on the side. I've got a few skateboards that would fit him. Then I'm going to have to make him a different outfit. But as far as pickups, I did get something rather cool at the old Ross. And usually my Ross is like, so I got the Pandora airship.
Oh, okay.
And
Cool.
I thought to myself, in the spirit of current events and all the crappy drones that are being slung around the war zones of Ukraine and Iran, I'm going to black out that cockpit and make that a Dreadnought drone or a Cobra drone, and use some of Heavy Duty's weapons that I have lying around to slap some new weapons pods on there. And it will not look like a piloted craft. It'll look like a remote. And I actually have a guy who's hiding on a shelf behind me. He's either going to be a Cobra or a Dreadnought kind of a techie guy. I used a Marvel head on him, and he's in like monochromatic clothing. He's got the long Under Armour sleeves because he's always in a cold computer room, etc. And I've just gone back and forth on who he's going to work for. I mean, he could work for Cobra, loan out to the Knox, vice versa. So yeah, I'm still kind of deciding, but he's definitely got the scrap iron control panel that he could fly this drone with. So it's kind of like I definitely had the cart before the horse. So
Nice. That's
Very cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very cool. Let's see. So I finished Cobra Commander. I got a Bad
Outstanding.
Mother's
Beautiful.
Bad Mother custom tattoo on there. It is old home week now, so I am very happy with how he turned out. So
Bad Mother like Shaft?
yes, actually his business card has the jewels. It's the one that says Bad Mother.
Okay. All right.
So, and then of course I took the two bodies and made extensive enterprises out of these guys.
That's
so.
a good.
Very
That's
cool.
a good call there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That gives me an excuse to buy two of those guys.
Yeah. So very happy with that. Of course, you know my affinity for these guys. So he comes with counting hands. So you know,
so you can learn.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
I never learned to read. I don't know where I put his accessory pack, but he comes with like a candelabra and
Nice.
all kinds of stuff. So very cool. But the most surprising, shocking thing that I received this week was Flint
What?
Sideshow Collectibles from my buddy Eric.
Now, that's a
I
good
know-
looking flint.
I know nothing.
Eric, you've been holding
And
out
then-
on us.
So his sidearm actually
Nice.
functions. The clip comes out.
Cycles.
And you got bullets, the whole nine.
Okay.
But does it fire?
That would be
No,
cool.
that-
Can't do.
Well,
But
then I don't want it.
4.5 stars only.
I
What
mean,
good are you?
between his shotgun bandoliers and his grenades, I mean, it's there's just so much to look at, and you find new stuff all the time. So,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
But let's see. Slow news week again. About you know what? Let me mention this too, real quick. So I'm gonna do this and this. So I finally finished this, like finished it today. So I put the hieroglyphics on, put the cobwebs up. I was gonna do some sand, but I think I thought better of myself than to bring sand into the house. So
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
yeah.
because then it's in all the house, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
So
It's
that,
in every
that was,
orifice.
Coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
it gets everywhere. So
Worse
now
than
I've moved
glitter.
on to Dracula's Crypt, and the reason I had to expedite that is because I have his Dracula's army coming, in addition to some skeletons and stuff for the tomb. So I needed to step it up. So I took down my entire collection of Super 7 Ultimates, and almost all right. Anybody that you may have seen my reviews on Super 7 Ultimates, and I'm like, oh, these aren't so bad. As soon as I touched all of them to put them away, like every chink in the armor, every bad thing that could have happened to them as soon as I touched them and started to move them.
Really?
So yeah, I got them super cheap, but
Might be a
Like
reason why you got
$5
them
cheap.
cheap. Might be a reason
Yeah.
why you got them cheap.
Yep. So, but we're making room, and we'll see how the crypt turns out. I'm really enjoying making diorama set pieces, and we're just gonna keep going with that. So
Before you put your actual Dracula in there. Put the count in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, the
Mhm.
funny thing is there's going to be a space for him, like up in the corner. So, like, anytime I take a picture, he's just going to be like in the back, like hanging out somewhere, and people are like, "Is that
Is it?
I'm going
Is
to
that
be
the
in the back
count?
counting.
is that the count?"
Doing
Um,
the taxes.
He's a part of the
And I got-
vampire army.
Yeah, I got a ton of cheap bats that I was able to kind of heat up and fold their wings. So, like, there's going to be plenty of bats in the cave and
That's cool.
or the crypt. So it's good. I'm looking forward to it. But that's not why we're here tonight. Tonight we're talking about building characters. So a couple weeks back, I was going to do this last week, but I fell asleep and woke up too late. So after Zolocon, I don't know if anybody heard. Do you know who was at Zolocon?
Casey was.
Casey was. So
I didn't know he was
Um,
going.
yeah, I was shocked. I was surprised.
Has he returned safely home, or is he still there?
No,
He's got the convention crud.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's in rough shape. So
Sorry.
thoughts and prayers, brother Casey.
Yeah.
Who's probably watching right now. So first up, Max.
Yes.
Who do we have here?
So this is my character. I call him Retriever. A little mildly self-insert. It's kind of funny. Wes helped me make this, or gave me the instructions for how to make it, and I had no idea because I mentioned having a golden retriever in the bio, and it popped one. I had a golden retriever as a kid, and so his name was Rusty, and he looks just like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. So Retriever, Scott Buck Wild. He's an infiltration and extraction expert, as well as a psyops and communication expert. He's from Enumclaw, Washington. He's an E4 specialist, and he grew up in the Pacific Northwest. He was an avid hunter, picked on because he had red hair and a golden retriever that he took on his hunting trips. And but he was always people. And I'm kind of, this is where the self-insert, being a redhead, people are always like, you got a red-haired temper? And I'm like, no, I don't. No. And so I'm kind of the opposite. This guy was like completely chill, so instead he just became, he's just has cultivated that inner peace and became an observer of human behavior, and led him to study behavioral psychology in college, and then joined the military afterwards, and joined the Army, and was able to join the Green Berets, where he excelled at stealth, infiltration, interrogation, guerrilla, and psychological warfare. So part of it, kind of this character, if you've seen the Extraction movies, that's kind of with Chris Hemsworth. That's kind of what I'm envisioning, a guy who kind of goes in, and if you need it done, if you need something taken, you need somebody rescued, he's your guy. So he's also great at interrogation, and he's an expert. He's also a sniper. And he's got and the initial picture that I had, I based the kind of the design was I built a figure for Marauders at Joe Fest, and that was my initial picture. And so he came with a M4 carbine with the 203 grenade launcher underneath it, and so that's his weapon of choice. I wanted a green T-shirt or something with all they had was yellow, and so yellow's not probably the best color to have hoofing it through the jungle, but I digress. So anyway, and the little quote there at the bottom is that there's very few places that he can get into, and there are very few people he can't get information out of. But he's also so that is it. Retreat. I don't know if infiltration a real position or not.
Hey, suspension of disbelief, my friend.
I mean, it's G.I. so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question for Max.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What's your question? Go ahead.
So if you were to have to say who recruited him and how did it go, like when he was in and the Joe team saw him, they wanted to make him a member. I always kind of like that part of the story. Like was it, Hawk, Stalker, somebody else? Was he a buddy of somebody's that disappeared off into the unit? Like, what would you say would be the recruiting story there?
The recruiting story. You would ask me something that I didn't even think about. No, I take that back. Actually, the person that I was going to say that quote came from was Spirit. So I thought Spirit would be somebody that would have, kind of picked up on his skills and, the outdoorsy nature, one with nature, that sort of thing. I would say Spirit.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So Wes actually provided two, so we'll go with both, but this is the first one here.
So, yeah, this is basically just my kit bash that I did many years ago when I started collecting GI Joe again, and figured let's just go ahead and there was a guy on Instagram, and Joe, I sent you that file card too, but you didn't have to. Yeah, you weren't. I wasn't wanting you to show that one. His name was his handle was GI Vets, and he used to provide a bunch of Instagram users file card Fridays. So it was really cool. He would just reach out like, hey, who's your favorite Joe? Who's your favorite Cobra? Tell me a little bit of your backstory, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of took that file card, uploaded it to Chat GPT, and just kind of built a little bit more dossier on my little Joe Hunter figure that I made back in 2019. And I didn't even realize that the AI picture put a cigar in his mouth, which is awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. I do like the updated camo pants because if you notice my actual, I guess you call it avatar, Instagram photo is it's Outback. It's his pants, and that's Outback's chest. And I've always had a liking for Monkey Wrench's head. Anyway, yeah. So I've always liked Outback. He's like one of my top favorite Joes. So I just like that survivalist type of what do you want to call it? Motto or something like that. But so yeah, just kind of file names, basically my name, survival expert, survival training instructor. And I had to go back and look at some of the old file cards I looked at Outback's file card. I looked at Rakondo's file card. Just kind of one, get the layout. Because they also did kind of change the formatting of it. I think after 85, they kind of stopped listing the qualified expert in early file cards. I mean, everybody had a qualified expert as far as like what weapons they were qualified in. In 87, not so much. Not as much detail in it. But yeah, this is basically just basically born in Kansas, often mistaken for being Australian. little nod to Eric and Casey there at Podcast from the Pit, because somehow Casey thought I was from Australia. I have no idea. I was like, no, I live in Austin.
That's in Australia, though, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right next to Sydney.
And
Austin, Australia.
To what Uncle Clutch was talking about, he was recruited by Outback as the Joe team needed a unit of survivalists to go and be unseen doing the dirty work when all else has failed. So yeah, some of those, after reading some of the file cards when I was trying to review this, they would say how they got onto the Joe team, because they were like either in the Army or the Air Force or the Navy, and they're recruited by such and such, so yeah, that's and then I just went online, Googled a bunch of weapons, because I'm no weapon expert. So I probably now have a target on my IP address. And then the very bottom, it's basically, if he doesn't have a cigar at the ready, it's best just to leave him alone.
Nice.
I guess that's
Nice.
why they put a cigar in his mouth, so which is kind of cool.
And as someone who has a figure with a cigar, that is the most terrifying accessory to own for anything. Like that Veteran Williams has a cigar or cigarillo, and that thing disappears more than David Copperfield. It just pops up somewhere else. Oh, let's go back one. So the second one you got is
Nice.
3-wire.
Yeah, and I basically just again had Chat GPT. I was like, replace everything and input what I put down for this next one, and it even I had no idea it was going to do an actual picture. So I just now noticed it. Like, I know I sent it to you a couple of days ago. I was like, it actually has 3-wire, and then his name tag in the middle. I was like, damn. We're all going to die soon because of AI. But anyway, they're going to take it. And I couldn't think of a name. So I just, one of my favorite sitcoms is Seinfeld. So Art Vandelay, George Costanza's fake name that he would always reference. But his primary specialty is a fighter pilot. Second military specialty is ground support. Again, I went back and looked at like Ace's file card, Wild Weasel's file card, Slipstreams as well, just kind of get some ideas as, but basically 3-wire is called his call sign is 3-wire because he never misses the 3-wire. It's never the first wire. It's never that 4th wire. And he's only missed one wire, and that was on his very first landing attempt on a carrier. He's perfect in everything, but will never let you know about it. He's very humble, but he is like perfect. And I meant to actually put, and perfect doesn't mean by the book. It takes someone else to let the company. No, he keeps whatever. Okay, he is the perfect wingman, the flight leader, the dog fighter, and teammate. If you're going on a mission, you want him on it. If the Joes need ground support, he is the one you want up there. Qualified expert, F-18, Super Hornet, Conquest X-30, Sky Striker XP, F-14, F-35. Basically, you can fly any of the top NATO jets out there. And then the quotes are, I've seen 3-wire lose one dogfight before when Junkyard jumped up from behind him to steal his dinner. That was from Ace.
Nice.
This
Very
dude basically
cool.
has like $19 million worth of training. If he goes down, man, that's a lot.
Right.
To be able to fly anything from a Sky Striker to an F-35, he's literally got like 35 years of flying experience. So that's pretty good.
Casey.
Yeah, I almost put Raptor, but I'm like, well, no, because a Raptor's Air Force, and these are all naval or Marine, used aircraft. So,
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So, Off Course submitted one, and Navy SEAL Special Ops, born in California. Off Course was born to be involved in special ops. He was specially trained in conducting specialized missions using a range of technologically advanced hardware, whether he's leading cavalry charges of fellow Joe members, freedom fighters, or yanking Cobra from their underground hiding places. Off Course joined GI Joe operations forces at 25. He has at his disposal the most cutting-edge weaponry and skill sets to conquer any battle. His favorite quote, "The only easy day was yesterday."
that's really cool. He definitely need to know where he made this because this looks actually official.
Yeah.
No AI. And I dig the picture. That's great work, Off Course.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I love
for
that.
sure. For sure. All right. So here's mine. Buckets, Joseph A. Stealth Survival Tactics, Secondary Specialty Animal Trainer, Long Pond, PA. Born and raised in the Pocono Mountains on what is known as the Plateau, Whisper learned how to disappear into the woods and live off the land. His only companion is trusty German Shepherd Sam. If you hear a whisper in the woods, you better pray it's him. Anybody familiar with Appalachian lore knows that
Oh,
if you hear a whisper in the woods, you better hope
Yeah.
it's a human.
Yep.
Specialties: overland survival, marksmanship, improvised trap devices, aim above morality, be not simply good, be good for something. One of the things
I can
that
make
you
him.
didn't- yeah.
I can make him. I already took a picture and I figured out 4 parts I want to use already. So
Nice.
Wow.
And I have a shepherd already. I have a 112 shepherd. So, but
I
actually,
just want the boonie hat.
I'm telling you, that thing in 112, like Operation Monster Force has a boonie. It has a couple of different boonies, but and was Gridiron? Gridiron might have one, I think.
Gridiron has
Firefly
one
does
that's got
have a
like a
boonie.
short brim.
Mhm.
And then throw a shout out for my boy John at Top Fun Retro Toys 3D. When I was visiting him in Texas, he was talking recently. He was on a Punk with Toys Thursday with a friend, and he was talking about how when I flew out there and we played Joe's, which we totally did, and we sorted while his wife looked on with disdain from the couch, and we watched Conan and several other movies. But while he's usually 3D printing weapons, he does venture out in other things. And he had some boonie hats that had a wider brim like your character, which I did procure some of those. And I was like, can I take these? And he was like, just fill a bag with what you want. And, you know, I'm a guy, if you say fill a bag with what you want, like I brought an empty carry-on bag. So I went home well stocked. And we actually made a character while I was there. And then we dyed a character in some RIT dye. We actually turned a blowtorch into a Cobra flamethrower. We call him Inferno Viper, but he has he gave me several of those, so they would just need paint. It's like a kind of a weird clay brown, but I like the Gridiron ones because they're so flexible. I have to actually heat John's up to make them fit, but they do have a different brim size and a little bit more detail in the shotgun shell bandolier that I'm going to tell you I don't think anybody's ever used in like the history of mankind to put a shotgun shell in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Hillbilly has. I don't know. He
No.
can chime in.
No.
I've never done that.
No, I have a drop leg pouch for mine. But the one thing I didn't put into here is the preferred weaponry is actually 22 long rifle. And the reason for that is because you can carry what amounts to an almost limitless supply of 22. And if you're actually really good at shooting, it'll ping around and cause damage.
It's not the caliber, it's where you place your shots.
Exactly. Well, 5.56 will go through you. But
I can see.
Go ahead.
I can say this about the 22. There's been more deer in West Virginia taken with a 22 long rifle or a 22 Magnum than any other gun.
Yep. Well, and what is it? Clint Smith, you know, a rifle will go through you. You know, a shotgun will drop something off of you.
Yeah.
The entire mafia can't be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But
don't ask
anyway.
who I would know that.
Hey,
Ooh,
look at this guy over here.
how you doing?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
How you doing?
So it's and for him, I am a big fan of the Outback. When I was a kid, all the camo, like the camoed out guys, so Hit and Run and you know, anybody that had full camo was interesting to me. So like when I hear, you know, Wreck Ship or Jersey Maniac be like, oh, another green guy, and I'm like, hell yes, another green guy, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Boring.
I'm sorry that, you know, G.I. Joe is doing military stuff. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah.
Wreck Ship is like wanting this guy to show up with like a rifle.
Yeah.
It's me, Mario.
Can you give
Hey,
me
90s Joe's, man. Don't diss him.
Can you give him a dinosaur and me?
Yeah.
All
What's
right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I like
Look
that.
at this guy.
Holy cow.
Well, dang.
This looks like my kind of guy right here.
You win.
These are my
Yeah.
people.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, Druid. God.
This is not boring.
Mm-mm.
Whatever
Yeah.
he wants to do, I'm joining.
So
I'm going along with this guy. He seems legit.
Do we
Oh, yeah,
have a
he's-
choice at this
We're
point?
going to Valhalla.
So this is a character I came up with, and I actually made a figure of him, but he does not look nothing like this, unfortunately. But
Hold on. There you go.
that's the figure I did.
Hmm.
That guy looks like my pastor.
Funnily enough, though,
Did you know?
he'll-
What church do you go to?
Bald head and that beard.
I was going to
Larry?
say, Eric, this is not too dissimilar to the 80s. This is what the package looked like.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is what you got.
But okay, I'll read him off here. Let me embiggen him more on my phone here.
Here, I'll help you out. There you go.
All right. So, code name Death Druid, real name Forrest Rollo, serial number classified, grade classified, primary specialty infantry, secondary specialty herbal medicine. Okay. Death Druid is a direct descendant of the famous Viking Rollo, who was the first ruler of what is now Normandy. Wanting to keep the family tradition of being a warrior, he joined the Marines. Upon leaving the military, he goes to Louisiana to study herbal medicine and survival. Being approached by Gung Ho, he entered the Joe team as an instructor and primitive weapons expert, training the Joes such as Outback. From the files of Gung Ho, Death Druid is one of the most intense Joes we have. With his two sidekicks, Bjorn the Black Wolf and Ever, he's unstoppable. So I came up with this guy because I have a really good friend that goes by Death Druid on Instagram. He's a Marine vet, and sorry, Ronnie, but he's just a really good guy, and he actually does have the two wolf dogs, and I've seen some of his videos, and he is basically a modern day Viking. Which I sent him the figure, and he said he had somebody going through his house, and he stopped, and they turned around and pointed at him, and he turned around, and they was like, "You?" And he's like, "Yeah, one of my friends sent it to me," and but he's just a good dude, and I wanted to do something for him, and there you go. I made the spear out of the Hunt for Cobra Zartan, where it has the stick where Zartan can let the falcon or whatever land on the stick.
Oh, yeah.
It's what I made the spear out of. The belt that the tomahawk or the axe is in is made out of a small piece of sinew, and the rest of it is, well, as you can tell, mostly Taurus.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
You're muted, Joe.
I am totally talking to myself. Very cool.
Hi, how am
Wreck
I?
ship.
That's really cool, Eric.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like it.
Did you get the
Is
other
that
one I sent
Carlton?
you?
That's what I was
It
thinking.
does.
He's gone down the wrong road, man.
That was the first one. Did you get the other one I sent you?
I don't think so. I
sent you a better one, so it doesn't look like Carlton so much.
Well, we got Carlton in the slideshow, so
But anyways,
Okay.
yeah, I was thinking,
Sebastian
there.
Davenport.
yeah. So yeah, Sebastian Davenport's his name. He's a Cobra propagandist and a psychological warfare expert. He was born in Oxford, England, and he does. Oh, he absolutely owns at least 3 cats. They're all main kings. But yeah. So I think this file card, under the bottom part, doesn't give much of a description, just jibber jabber. But yeah, basically, he grew up in Oxford, England, posh lifestyle. Graduated from Oxford. Like he grew up being able to swindle and talk his way out of stuff constantly, and went to Oxford, graduated top of the class with a poli-sci major. Got internship with some local politicians and just kind of learned the ropes and the insider business of politics as a whole, and learned just the seedy underbelly, as it were. And eventually he got put in contact with the commander himself, as the commander at the time was looking for someone to be the Cobra propagandist to fight off the allegations that Cobra faces on a daily basis. So he also functions as in the PR that somehow would get required of Cobra. He would be the PR man. He's also like lead propagandist for internal and external affairs in Cobra. So he's the guy running, all the slogans and mottos at the bases, all the posters and whatnot, and he runs cover for any operations around the globe.
You know what I dig about this character is you went like in a completely different but very interesting direction. Like that's something that people don't think about. Like who puts the propaganda together?
Yeah.
And that is absolutely something Cobra would do.
Yes.
And I tried thinking of since he is this character, he wouldn't have he's not a military guy. He's very much like a politician, essentially, for Cobra.
A lobbyist. He really is. He is evil.
Already.
Yeah, another crime warrior.
His ultimate goal is to have Cobra Island recognized as a official UN participant, and so his skills are both feared and admired by Cobra High Command. For weapons, he does have like a pistol in the small of his back if he really needs to have it. He can't talk his way out of it. But his first line of defense is some hidden gas canisters in his wrists that he'll spray it at people, and he has like a half mask you see there. He puts on before he sprays it to anything. And then also he has a signet ring you see there at the bottom that has a little poison thing he can just kind of tap someone with. He needs to take someone out real quick too. He'll meet with corrupt dignitaries that want to slice of the Cobra pie, and he's the first line of. They talk to him first before meeting with the commander himself. He can make the determination and everything else. So I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah,
definitely.
What's his code name?
He don't have one. I tried thinking of a code name, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would have a code name. Honestly, and that's honestly to just make him more like I don't know, not like believable, but like it doesn't fit his character to have a code name. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh Prince, or maybe just Prince.
I'm noticing a pattern here, Ronnie.
He's on a cat kick today.
He's got well, I was going to call what the other word is for a cat on the mind, but
yeah, there's that. So this one was sent in by Jezza, Lucas G. Hawkins. I can't help but draw a parallel to Hawkins from the Navy SEALs movie. Underwater explosive expert, demolition marksman, born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. He grew up as the quiet kid everyone underestimated, shy, bookish, target of more than a few jokes. He spent most of his time studying engineering, tinkering with gadgets, and keeping to himself. After his father passed away, Hawkins made a decision that surprised everyone who thought they had him figured out. He enlisted in the Marine Corps. What the drill instructors discovered was a recruit with relentless focus and precision. He graduated the top recruit of his class, earned expert qualifications with a rifle, and demonstrated a talent for controlled demolitions and underwater operations. His ability to remain calm under pressure and place charges exactly where they need to be caught the attention of special operations evaluators. Before long, he receives an invitation. Few ever see a slot with the G.I. Joe team. Motto: measure twice, place once, and swim like hell. Very cool.
Good job,
Mhm.
Jezza.
Yeah, like
Very
it.
So he
That's
would be
great.
like the equivalent of a Force Recon Marine, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it.
He reminds me of Depth Charge or other
Mhm.
video, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Depth Charge.
Very
UDL
much.
doesn't like water.
Yeah, yeah. This one was sent in by Todd. I'm going to read a little bit about this. So, counterterrorism operative, fluent in French, Arabic. I'm actually reading off the message he sent me, and Persian. Speaks Urdu, Pashto, German, and Italian. Silence Glock is part of his gear. He's with the CIA, All-American lacrosse player at Syracuse until his girlfriend was killed in Pan Am 103 over Lockerbie.
Damn.
Recruited by the CIA
Dang.
to become, recruited by the CIA to become counterterrorism operative. Being olive-skinned with dark hair and eyes, he can blend in to any Middle Eastern country with little effort. He uses mostly a silenced 9mm to take out terrorists, but has been known to use silenced MP5s and other assault rifles. He is well trained in hand-to-hand combat, as well as explosives. He's a member of the Orion team, a black ops team free from government oversight and interference. He only answers to Dr. Irene Kennedy, the director of the CIA, and the president himself.
Todd says in the chat it's supposed to be Iron Man, not. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You had tater fingers and I had tater fingers apparently. So
Nice.
Or AI can actually mess up sometimes.
So terrorists are the main enemy, but Mitch has been known to put politicians and cabinet members in their place when they try to armchair quarterback him from cushy offices thousands of miles away. Very cool. Very, very James Bond, very covert. There you go, and a 3-time
What-
Ironman competitor.
3-time
Now, who's-
Bison Man competitor.
Whose character is this?
So
Todd.
this is Todd.
Todd.
Oh,
Rick.
okay.
Todrick,
Todrick,
21.
okay. That would explain.
Yep. So there you go. Based on the books by Vince Flynn, if anyone is interested. Yeah, he definitely gave me the lowdown on that. So I'm gonna check those out for when I'm on the road. Very cool. I dig it. This
There we
one,
go.
yeah, codename Black Wolf. I've done a couple of posters for him. Born near Springfield, Black Wolf grew up with striking distance of Cobra headquarters, master of special ops and long-range precision, rescued civilians from Cobra captivity, fighting through enemy lines with a double-stack 1911 and 308. After delivering them to safety, he doubled back for Gung Ho and his team. Now Black Wolf is the leader of the G.I. Joe Night Force.
He's got a good
Cool.
Instagram
Very cool.
account.
Yes. Yeah. Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
if you don't.
I put him in touch with you because he reached out to me like about I forgot what it was.
I think it was the poster of me and Eric he liked. And then you were like, here,
yeah, it was Eric, and you made a poster, with Eric and my Metallica Joe Hunter figure.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
What's his name again? I may already be following.
Black Wolf,
Black
Black
Wolf.
Wolf on Instagram.
Okay.
Does a lot
He's
of
a good
Night
dude.
Force stuff. Yeah.
So
Sunday.
Yeah, Joe Black Wolf.
Sunday.
Oh
Yes.
I'm already following.
So now we're getting to the part that everybody's been waiting for. I know I have. So
Running trick shot.
running trick shot. So I want to talk a lot bit about Lady Spartan Customs and Uncle Clutch. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let me go take this down. And Uncle Clutch, maybe you could tell us a little bit how you got into this, a little bit about your background, and we can
Okay.
kind of go from there.
So background with the Joe stuff started like a lot of folks as a kid in the 80s. I did grow up a military dependent child, and I tell a lot of people because I served in the military right out of high school in two different branches, and for a lot of us, at least in military housing and families, a lot of the 80s shows, movies, comic books, we were pretty much being programmed that we were going to fight Russia as adults. Red Dawn was more of like
Red
an
Dawn.
instructional for us.
Mhm.
I was in a group of about 7 to 10 kids, all of which ended up in the military, mostly Marine Corps. I mean, the recruiter really didn't have to do much work in this town. He just showed up and, hung out. Pretty much we came to him. My dad was career military in the Navy, and he had a long, distinguished career. He served in both the Korean and Vietnam Wars, so well before I was even born. And
Okay.
my girlfriend giving me applause there.
Yeah. There you
And so yeah, when I was in the living room and I saw that first Joe commercial with those lucky kids who got to be the models pushing those toys around, I was just like, okay, I got to have all of these now. And I've never owned a cat. I'm not a cat person, so I'm going to disappoint y'all right out the gate. Dogs all the way.
I have my ex-wife's cat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I got into it then, and like a lot of kids, started getting my parents to buy me stuff, saving up money here and there to buy stuff. Then I got really heavily into the comics, and then obviously into the cartoons. And long about the time I discovered girls and this Joes were getting into like the pastel colors, I kind of checked out at Easter Sunday and went full tilt towards pursuing Lady Spartan, and fortunately that worked out for me. And I went into the military, and like a lot of guys, my friend John in Top Fun, even though I scored really well in the ASVAB, I just was like, hey, I want to be a gravel crushing infantryman. And, segued into a couple other jobs in the Marine Corps, got out for a little bit, went back into the Army, ended up in the Army Rangers, which probably much to Lady Spartan's chagrin was not a desk job the second time around. I was in communications, which means I wore a headset like Hillbilly's wearing and had a really cool radio, and still was with the grunts. So that's been like the center of my life for a long time. And when I saw the new classified line came out, it was kind of like not really thrilling me. I bought a few, and then I ended up giving them to a friend's kid. And then I was like, you know what? Are they not hearing from all the people like me who I had not discovered all of you at that point? We were all just spread out in this, non-connected network at that point. And I was like, they really got to hear from some fans and get this looking like it used to. And then it's all of a sudden started, like my prayers were answered. But then of course, like a lot of us, we either didn't get our central figure that we wanted, or we wanted to change things. And I started fooling around with it kind of in the spare room of the house, and just with some god awful methods that I look back on and I'm like, what was I doing? Like it looked like I maybe did it with like a blowtorch and a kitchen knife or something.
What's wrong?
And then I just started learning. Yeah, I started learning from other people.
Yeah, use what you got.
Picked up techniques here and there, tore some stuff down, started over with, started trading for parts and things like that, which has grown like beyond belief. Like I'm in an apartment now. Lady Spartan and I don't have our house anymore. We kind of downsized, and I have a storage unit where I keep all the backbone of the collecting and customizing. And I kind of segued really hard over to Dreadnoughts. I grew up very, kind of like you were saying, Joe, is the green guys, right? Like I was all about that. When they raided Springfield, the helicopter that had the commando unit, I was like, I'm with those guys. I don't want to get shot with the guys wearing orange. So but then I've, like a lot of people, when they get out of the military, you kind of loosen up a little bit and you start thinking like, well, what would be really cool is if someone was like, able to do whatever they wanted, but still have that military, techniques and weaponry and skill sets. So here come the Dreadnoughts, right? And I really kind of latched onto them more in my adulthood than in my youth. And I started, and then that's the fun too, because with customizing them, I can just do whatever I want. And it's kind of wildly accepted. And, like I'll show you like this guy right here off to my right.
Here, let's embiggen it. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. He is just, he's got a a Carl Gustav recoilless rifle. And, most of you guys have seen these weapons in like movies and stuff like that. Like I've fired and like handled and been around most of the weapons that the Joes, the Cobras, and the Dreadnoughts have had. Now, I've never had a diamond tip chainsaw that I've wielded. Full disclosure, I've never been able to do that. But I have
You haven't lived
gotten to
until
play
you
with a
have.
recoilless rifle. Yeah, right. And I just was like, what would the guys, like if Cobra has an anti-armor guy and the Joes have a Zap, the Dreadnoughts need somebody. We got to get some more people out in the field here. And then of course you get the freedom of the tattoos from, Bad Mother, and I've picked up some good stuff from Savage Land on tattoo techniques. So, and then besides that, just kind of segueing into meeting a bunch of people who were my people, so to speak. And the cool thing for me is, as she is on here watching, being a loyal girlfriend and Joe fan, my partner supports me in it. She actually gives me a lot of ideas. She kind of weighs in on, what she likes and doesn't like. She'll tell me if she thinks a Dreadnought is hot or not, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's going to sell, but thank you. She has her favorites, and we'll help with like a lot of the administrative stuff, like, well, we need to do this, or, have you done this yet? She's actually coming up with an idea. You showed Riptide,
Yes.
you showed him a little bit ago. She's working on a magnet for him. So whoever gets that figure from me will get a refrigerator magnet that comes with it. And I was like, totally her idea. Like, I was like, okay, that's an awesome idea. I would love that. Because we all know the guy at, yeah. So the picture, the AI generated picture, and like you guys were saying, sometimes it comes out great. Sometimes you have to give it 30 corrections. And I actually got that one after 3 corrections. And
Okay.
he's basically a guy who used to be stationed on a destroyer with shipwreck back in the Navy. They had a little bit of beef and they both went their separate ways. So sooner or later, they're going to mix it up on the battlefield. They're going to see each other on some kind of operation and hilarity will ensue. So I try to give them all backstories like that. I have a Dreadnought female medic and a Joe medic. I call him one of the OGs because I don't believe Stalker and Hawk would have started a team without a medic, and Doc came on kind of later. So if you dig the screen again, this is
there.
Crash Course. He is one of the original Joes in my world, and he is a Navy corpsman who joined up in Newport, Rhode Island, which is where I lived, and grew up in the shadow of the Navy because his father was a Navy surgeon. My dad wasn't a surgeon, but he was in the Navy, and I did grow up in that shadow, which is why I joined the Marine Corps. He did not want to be a Navy SEAL. He wanted to be serving with the Marines, and he made it to recon, and he was recruited by Stalker and Hawk and Scarlet. And he actually went to medical training in Fort Sam Houston with a young lady who later became Hemlock and joined the Dreadnoughts. So again, those two will meet sooner or later. And that old romance that was like really hot and fiery, and then all of a sudden just burned out one day when she went her own way, kind of like a whole, Baroness and Steeler thing, et cetera, et cetera. So I just kind of like to add my own little spin, my own imagination onto it. And I probably am inspired by 3 things: the comics, the cartoon, and my military background. Like I said, I've served with enough people or spanned enough things. I also read a lot. Like I said, growing up, I thought I had to know what every Russian aircraft and ship silhouette looked like. That didn't end up needing to be useful. I probably should have studied more.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's kind of the story behind what we decided to do together, and it's a good thing that I spend my time on and really enjoy.
That's awesome. I definitely felt like Russians and quicksand would be a lot more dominant in my life than it actually turned out to be.
Agreed.
And man-eating plants.
Yeah, man-eating plants.
And
all
prawns.
that quicksand everywhere.
And guys in white vans just trying to grab you off the street, offering you candy.
True.
That never happened.
They always threw me back.
There you go. I gotta say,
they drove by and they're like, eh.
Yeah.
I interacted with Uncle Clutch a couple of times. Like, he commented on some of my stories on Instagram, and then I started checking out his YouTube. Like, Black Belt has to be one of my favorite knocks that you've created. Just smoking, like, blows away, Pandora, Zorana, you name it. Like, she is incredible. So if you get a chance, also check out his YouTube channel for Black Bell.
Yeah, it's very budding right now. We're just doing a few videos at a time, kind of taking some leads from Savage Land, Dookie, and a few others. But I do like it because I can put some stuff on there and let people look at it. And I kind of got inspired also early on by Lauren Obi-Wan because of his breakdowns of his kit bash. I learned a lot from people like that and I try to do that as well. Like I have a lot of new people that hit me up on Instagram and they'll be like, how do you do blank? And I'll tell them to the best of my ability because frankly, even though I sell some of my customs, it's not how I do it to eat. I do it to fund the hobby. A lot of times I'll buy a figure that I want with money from figures that I made, or like behind me, there's a pile of packages of figures that we all already have, but I'm going to tear them down. Like Alpine's jacket, when you paint it, it makes a great motorcycle jacket. Just a little free tip there. So, I found him on Amazon and I was like, okay, I got a credit right now. So I'm going to grab Alpine. And you were working with the twins in the suits. And I know a lot of people kind of were like, these guys are cheap and there's not much I can do with them. But frankly, two bare muscular arms, the wrist cuffs, the MP5, you can pull. I'm if you guys are familiar with the movie Chappie, I was inspired to do one of my Battle Android Troopers from that. But I'm actually making the character Ninja and kind of going to make him like a guest dreadnought. And I've got basically Mercer's head. I shaved the hair off the sides and darkened it. And I've got the full black suit, and his top is going to be Tomax's top. Totally black. Nice. He's got the black vest with the yellow magazine pouch, the yellow M4, and the arm guards. And, I've always got about 2 or 3 in the hopper behind me. I have a little small, it's actually our table, but I usually use it to work on because we'll just eat in the living room. So, but yeah, I get inspired from stuff I see too. And I'm just like, oh, let me make this guy, like this character and figure out where he's going to fit in later.
No, absolutely. And here's another one. This is the one that like really sold me when I saw it. Like Rust Bucket, phenomenal. I mean, the gas can on the back and the rust on the arms. I mean, everything is just so specifically detailed and what you would expect. Like,
do you see the Claymore mine on his gas can?
Yes,
oh yeah.
Yes.
So he's basically able to do many things. He can fight. He can take prisoners because you'll look closely. He has handcuffs mounted on his belt. And he also can just go in and self-detonate if he wants to. And they'll just get his chip and put him in a new body later. So
just awesome. Just awesome.
Boy.
But let me remove that. So is there anything you'd like to show, like what you're working on, some of your favorites, something just to give people a flavor for what you're doing here? I'll embiggen you.
Yeah. So also too, like we all have our own, I've heard somebody use the term head canon, right? Like, so for the Image comics that are out right now, they're kind of doing like a big circle around, like they're looping in the old ARAH story into the new Image story. And I like to think that there's been some battles going on for a long time. Maybe there's some contested areas of the US where Cobra, I don't like it when the bad guys always lose. So for me, Cobra has had a lot of wins and has some strongholds. And I have, in my mind, made California a centralized battleground where a large contingency of dreadnoughts, Cobra troopers, and Vipers are pretty much just shedding gear and kind of fighting as they will. And they're resupplied by what they can procure, what they take from their enemies, and what's airdropped to them, because Cobra doesn't even want to like really get around these guys anymore. And one of these Vipers who went really rogue is this gentleman here. I like to make a lot of folks from wrestlers. So, my wrestling fans out there are going to know who this guy was beforehand. It's not Ortiz, it's his buddy. But, kind of a East Central LA, gang member. A lot of people join the military to get out of bad situations, and Cobra is no different. Cobra is going to offer you fame, fortune, and the ability to meet interesting people and kill them, or take them prisoner, or loot their house, whatever. So this is Puppet. He is a Cobra Viper in strong standing with a unit called Bottles and Bones. And Bottles and Bones is basically they party as hard as they fight, and they really idolize the way the Dreadnoughts kind of customize their own gear, which, as you can see, he has his half vest. And this is something I like about the older style Viper. They kind of fixed this for the new one, but I cut that middle section out and made the belt and the vest independent for a little more movement. And clearly he is, you know, a
Nice.
tatted up fellow. He's got the neck tat. He's got a teardrop. He's lost a homie or two, I'm sure. Might have been, you know, in the war, might have been beforehand. Some of these tattoos, they come out really dark, but you know, he's got he's still religious. You know, he's got religion, but he's also out there killing folks for Cobra. And this is a weapon. And you know what, John, you're gonna hate me for this, but I don't know what model this is. This looks like an AK and an HK weapon had a love child and put a starlight scope on it. And
I like it.
and I just
want
like I
one.
have a shelf. I have a shelf behind me with several Vipers where they have done all. I've got one. He's called Uncle Daddy, and he uses an M'Baku head. Hopefully, I'm saying that right for my Black Panther fans out there. But basically,
nice.
he's got a bunch of gold gear, and he's put some gold parts on his M60, and he is a heavy gunner in Bottles and Bones, and he's all about, you know, just taking trophies and pillaging as he goes. Got one who's got like a big, beautiful head of hair. They call him Rafe. You know, and like I said, I like a lot of the wrestling figures because with a little bit of work, you know, you're getting a muscular guy with pretty good articulation because he's got to be able to do choke holds and things. You know, he's got knee pads and boots that can be worked with. A lot of times with a little creative cutting or heating, you can get gear on them. The heads are usually great. AEW again, you know, don't mind sharing my, you know, secrets there, but I will staff my, and you said Black Belle. She's actually body wise a wrestling figure. She is not my favorite female dreadnought. My favorite female dreadnought is Bex, and that is the one I made at John's house, where we took just, you know, what would my dad say? A lovely broad, and dedication to Pops there, a lovely broad, and she was wearing a spandex top, spandex, you know, bottoms. Looks like she's going to the beach with like wrestling boots on. And I was like, okay, John, I said, I can't have her fighting in this. I got to give her some stretch pants or something. And he's like, no, just have her like that and give her an AK. And I was like, yeah, we're going to go a little different route. I was like, we're going to add a little clothing and maybe some protective gear. And she was basically a underground hairstylist that Zorana recruited, who was giving bikers and thugs haircuts. And like, you know, her famous thing is like, who did that to your hair? Like that was her tagline. But you know, any chick that can hang with the Knox and like basically cut their hair, but also fight with them. And she pretty sure she went to my friend Danny Dare, who grabs up a lot of my dreadnoughts. Like I think he got in line before I even like listed that. And he was like, I'll take her. And some of my female Knox go like, same thing with the female Hemlock. I spent a lot of time on her. I wanted someone who just, you know, looked beautiful but deadly and had her skill set and just wore a lot of loud clothes and was like, I'm here to give you, you know, a penicillin shot if you party too hard, or I'm here to slap a chest seal on you if you get a full blast, you know. So but if you guys want to see Black Belle, it'll take me 10 seconds or less to get her. So hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I am
By the
super
way,
pumped
Max,
for this.
you're not muted. We can hear you in the bathroom.
Here we go.
All right. So yeah, Black Belle currently has a cut on.
Look at that.
Nice.
That is
And
cool.
she does have her spandex, you know, from the Dreadnought Pro Shop there.
Nice.
She's got her knife that I probably stole from Pandora. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll pull it where we can. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Got
is
her
cool.
devil tattoo there. She is not a nice lady. She's upfront about that. You know, she's basically she's a road captain and I've started making a lot of my knocks from Georgia, and I will actually be a knock from Georgia at Joe Fest. So and Lady Spartan, Lady Spartan will be a knock as well. Mixer was because her side hobby is not just Joe's, but she makes beverages. So of the adult variety.
I've seen a few. I've seen a few
Yes.
on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I've got the AI to do the photos with, I'm trying to play around with her stuff a little bit. And, but yes, I am very spoiled when I go somewhere for a drink. Cause I'm like, if you can't make it better than this lady, like we got a problem because you're at a bar. So, what can I say? I like what I like. This gentleman right here, you know, everybody loves this head from Marvel. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to go a different direction. I want a dude who's just straight up like he is showing you the money, but it's not his.
Mhm.
He took it from somebody. Clearly, he's got some bling. This is Ruckus.
Nice.
I got this cool knocked out saw from someone on Instagram. I forget. I had to buy a second set because the blade kept breaking. Shipwreck's pants, obviously.
Mhm.
Doc's arms.
Mhm.
And it's tough because you can't get a black guy short sleeves unless you get Doc. Like they really need to give us a
Yeah.
little more out there to work with.
Yeah.
For those of us who are just cutting Joes up trying to make better figures, if you want shoes with the pants unbloused and you want certain like facial features or whatever, like that new Valaverse character Malice, I was just glad that he didn't look like Roadblock or Stalker. I showed him to
Speaking-
Lady Spartan. I was like, look at this hair. He looks awesome, Yeah.
Yeah.
The head, the helmetless photo, like dude's got a great head of hair on him. Like he's got some personality, we can work with this. So
Mhm. Yeah.
but yeah, so again, another Georgia knock. Ruckus is,
Nice.
he's just basically like working for, and I created like a leader for the Georgia. His name was Big Slick. He kind of had like a little bit of a pimp vibe going. Very, very good. A lot of flair about him. He had the pushed up side of the hat. The red fluff around the jacket. He got snapped up by somebody. So we're going to probably have a book at the table where John and I are selling both figures and weapons. And Lady Spartan put together a book with a lot of the pictures and file cards of Joes, Cobras, and Knocks that we've sold. So
That's cool.
Nice.
people can flip through
Well,
it.
So we get Burnout.
Burnout? Oh
Why would
yeah.
he-
Burnout.
Burnout.
I have done one, and he is on the list. I'm gonna probably doing another Thrasher, another Burnout, and another Demolisher very soon because I have all the parts. I'll get on one in my brain and just be like, let me go do this one. And I'm probably not as ADD as my good friend John. He did say I was much older than him the other day on Punk's podcast, so I will say he's much more ADD than me. And obviously, probably not as good looking because I still have a good head of hair there. So, John, you get what you get, boy. I know Punk's watching, so he's probably laughing because he remembers hearing that. So, but yeah, they had a good conversation, and I hung in there as long as I could, and then I had to take my old ass to bed after a while. So,
Yeah. I'm definitely taking a nap before I do my Thursday with a friend.
4 hours.
But yeah.
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 But we both have the gift of gab.
So the interesting thing about, customizing, because I'm more Dio oriented, but after, making the twins for Extensive Enterprises, like, do you find more joy in recreating the things that either Hasbro has done poorly or that they haven't done, or do you find yourself like, I just want to make something completely different? Like,
I think at the early onset of this, I would have been able to answer that in like a hot second, but now it's almost become like a game, right? Like I want to make a Flash because I don't have a Flash. I sold when I first got into kind of selling figures, and he went like hotcake. But now I'm like, oh, you're going to make one this year. So I don't want to make one myself. And then maybe you make one. So I'm like waiting. So that answers, am I making something that I don't have? I made 6 Zanyas and sold them, but they're going to make one this year. So I'm never going to make a Zanya again. So I'm out on that. I made a Monkey Wrench or 2, and then they came out with one that I'm going to have to say, like, I loved it. There's nothing I would change about it except make him cheaper so I could buy more of them to tear apart and use for other parts. So it's kind of a combination of 3. It used to be just, you don't have this. I don't know when you're going to make it, and I don't know what your problem is over there, but I'm going to go ahead and fix this problem personally. Then it became, what do people want? What do they need? And then every once in a while, like, to just enjoy myself, right? We got to remember to do this for fun. So like, I know a couple of you saw the Dreadnoks that I redid, Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch. And I did, and Lady Spartan's name is Lynn. So Lynn said to me, she said, well, are you going to sell those? I was like, no. I was like, those are for me. And she was like, what if someone asked to buy them? And I was like, well, shit, I don't know then, but I don't really want to sell them because I made them, like, as I said, like, I want to be able to look at them. I did one of Road Pig where I gave him a cut. I actually, gave him some extra tattoos. I took a Road Pig figure and I stripped him down and made him into like a brawler from my Atlanta chart, a different guy, different head. And so there's some where I'm like, yeah, I could kind of part with some of these, now that I'm unemployed. But some of them I'm like, I'm never going to get rid of. Like, I don't think I could get rid of Crash Cart because to me, he's just like a simple old Joe Soul, right? And the way we explain Crash Cart not being there when Doc gets there, and the brown pants were kind of an homage to Doc, like and is basically Crash Cart gets killed. Crash Cart gets killed because he's always taking chances and not worrying about himself to save other Joes. So, to me, sometimes to also answer your question, I'll build something that helps me with the lore and the headcanon to advance something. Sometimes that even someone else is doing. Like I'll see something that one of you is doing and I'll go, I want to get in on that. I want to make somebody that goes with that. I want to make one of those myself. I want to make a variation, or I just like the pants on that guy, or it gives me a concept. A friend of mine told me you need a notebook. And I was like, yeah, I started getting a little workbook. Like I would use one at work, but I started using one for this, and I'll just start scribbling in it or getting on my AI. And like I said on Savage's podcast, I use AI to help me create. It doesn't create for me. A lot of times it does something and I'm like, I don't like what you did at all. Change this, and this, and it can compliment me all day long. I'm going to tell you guys, like the people that think it's going to take over, we're a long ways from that. Cause sometimes it cannot get from A to B without chewing on the rug. So I'm like, we're okay. We're okay for a while, unless it's just pretending to lull us to sleep. I don't know. But yeah, so it's probably a combination of those, and it kind of goes with the tide, like I get as excited as some folks for certain ones that are coming out. And then some of them I'm kind of like, like the dinosaur guy with Cobra, I'm kind of like, could we have not gotten Flash instead? And I could have completed my, my set. Like, no, you're not getting it.
You can wait till you're
Could I just get a laser rifle?
If they don't give us a jump jetpack platform this year, it's just a missed opportunity. If they don't do that with Grand Slam,
it's like the 6th year now. OG13.
I mean, what number? They're over 200, right?
They're gonna be, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I know what they're doing. I know why they're doing it. But like at a certain point, like I just don't give a shit about any of the, I don't care about any of these other characters. Like this is peripheral stuff.
Podcast.
I know, son of a gun, son of a biscuit maker.
Oh,
Let me go back and change it. Not for kids.
Well, with as much as they love to copy figures too, they're missing out on the great opportunity of Grand Slam and Flash. You guys can get 2 for the price of 1. We're gonna buy them. Like I'm calling headquarters and I'm like, hey, we're gonna buy these things. So if you maybe not make them exclusive, I'll maybe buy more than one. Like right now, I've got Lady Spartan like combing the digital aisles of Target just so I can get the Zartan, because I'm such a fan. And she's like, what do you mean it says it's not available? I'm like, well, I don't know. You have good luck with Target. Keep looking,
You have a red card, right? Get it.
Exactly.
Go.
Yeah. I understand what they're doing with the repaints and everything else. But my God, let's move on here. Let's get something going. Like, come on. And I think that was one of my earlier Instagram posts that you had commented on when it was like, I think it was the Arctic 3-pack, the hostage pack. And I was like, son of a bitch, what are we doing? Like, come on.
Yeah, I was like, I can get some white paint and make that for you.
Yeah, like, and you're over here doing these massively creative, really cool things with their own stories, and Hasbro has millions of dollars in tooling and they're doing the same stuff, but now it's white. Like, what? All right. And collectors,
I love the color white, so
look, we have it,
and they're going to make new characters before they even make Flash. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I understand it's a business, but I'm telling you, collectors, we have a disease. It's awful. If we see something we like
it almost doesn't matter. As long as we pay the bills that month, it doesn't matter if we like it enough. We're going to buy it. It's a disease. It's a disease, but I'm fine with it, right?
Shopaholic.
It keeps us off the streets, I tell people.
Yeah, Hillbilly was talking with me the other night, and my wife was walking past, and she said, as long as the checks keep cashing and the money keeps flowing and the bills keep getting paid, I don't care. I don't care.
Man.
That's the best way to look at it.
Yeah. There's worse things to be addicted to.
I was going to say there are worse things out there. And I agree with Todd right now. Drugs are definitely cheaper.
Not the same.
And that's the worst part is when you get into multiple lines. Holy smokes! What? And maybe this is an open thing to the group here. Have you ever found yourself, because of your headcanon or a story you're trying to tell? I mean, this may be somewhat exclusive when you're building dios like I do, but like when I did the Egyptian tomb for the Forgotten King, all of a sudden now I'm looking at 4 horsemen, Egyptian gods, and all this other stuff. Like, have you found yourself dipping into other lines to tell the story you want to tell? Like, holy smokes.
Yeah, that's like one of the best things about it is you can get on Amazon and it'll start shooting things over to you and you're like, I don't want this, I don't like this, and I go, wait a minute, what can I strip off that dude?
Yes. Yeah.
I think my chat told me one time if it was under $18 and you could get 3 or more parts, it was a good formula, and I was like, okay, that sounds legit.
Nice.
Get 3 figures out of it. Yeah.
When I first looked at the Soldiers of Fortune, so that body that I got his head from, I was like, $40. That's insane. Because all I want is the head. The body itself is not a great body. It's not very articulated or anything else. And then I was like, wait a minute, if I change the tie to yellow, pick up some corsages, we've got, Extensive Enterprises suited Tomax and Zammot. Okay, now I bought 2. Like, and Max is getting the other head, so
yes.
but it is like going cross lines to tell your story is very much fun, until you get into things that where the price differential is a little bit different. Like Hasbro, I thought was expensive until I started buying some stuff from like 4 horsemen, but they come with a lot of accessories, like the Egyptian gods. They came, it was almost double. It was double what a GI Joe was, but it came with like the carrying, box, all these little jars, ceremonial jars. It's a disease. I'm just justifying a disease at this point.
Like me, I don't really do 6-inch, but I like the BPRD, and I have a couple Hellboy figures. I'm like, I want to fill out the ranks of the BPRD and some of the critters that they might be fighting. So then I discovered Monster Force, and then I discover Scareglow from Motu, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just start and then my enthusiasm spreads toward Joe for the Monster Force. You're welcome. And now I'm like, I need that Bigfoot from Monster Force. I need this from Monster Force. And
yeah,
it gets expensive. So me, I'm like, I need to streamline. What do I want?
Well, and the thing I found is I was like, okay, I'm just going to get the lies we tell ourselves, right? The lie, like, I'm just going to get what I had when I was a kid. Okay, now I'm going to get, some updated characters, or, I thought I was going, down the straight and narrow. I'm like, I'm just going to tell the story I want to tell. That was worse. That was far worse than just trying to because now, you're looking to Clutch's point, you're looking at all different lines. What can I grab from this? What can I grab from that to tell the story I want to tell? Now you're not just waiting to see what's next for pre-order. Now you're just grabbing stuff from everywhere. It's but
and then you're into NECA Sesame Street figures.
Listen, have you seen this freaking guy? Wired cape, man. Wired.
Joe,
Right?
Joe, I mean, far be it from me to dissuade you from buying something that you love, but you actually worried me when you brought that up. When you brought up Sesame Street, I'm like, the guy's.
Hey,
really
I'm in with that too. So
I mean, he is royalty. I'm just saying he's a count, so you got to show some respect,
I mean, well, as soon as I saw Super Grover, and if they come out with those aliens, that those aliens, you guys remember? I might get those.
Well, yeah, the Muppet Show stuff.
The Muppets are going to be good. But the good thing about NECA is they can't get their crap together long enough to get more than 3 characters out in a year. So you're going to save tons of money because you're going to be waiting forever. But what I want to say is the interesting thing about this guy is this head here has forced perspective. So if you are taking a picture from a certain angle, his expression changes. I wish that they could do something like that with some of the Joe heads, like the ones, like when you get disappointed in one of the additional heads and you're like, I wish they had done something I could do more with. Like NECA did it with the Bert, and it's ridiculous. And I feel ridiculous bringing it up because, I catch a lot of shit for my Sesame Street collecting, but with Bert, you get a certain angle and his expression changes. Why can't we get that with any other figures? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it'd be a nice thing to do.
Pigs in space.
Yes.
You mean you don't like a Televiper with the same expression on 5 heads?
Like, come on. What are they even doing? Well, and we're gonna put this out.
Televiper taking a crap.
What the?
Well, and what about the Viper that had the visor? They made such a big deal out of the fact that it had the and you can't even see it. You can't see it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
No.
Look, I was a commo guy. That would have saved me so much time if I could have just looked at my commander and he could have read my screen, and I've been like, "You good?" All right.
Clutch's screen just is one of those. I don't think this is good. I don't think he's happy right now.
3 equal signs and a capital D. What is that?
Yeah.
So,
well,
I
was just going to say, like, when you get into other lines, it's like, for me, it's always like team building, or maybe a little army building if you're into that. It's kind of like, okay, if I buy this guy, then I know I'm going to, like, other than Zartan, and I bought Zorana just to, when I bought Mainframe. No offense, I'm not a Dreadnought fan. But Uncle Clutch, I think you have made me a fan. Seeing your wares tonight, I'm like, dadgummit. Well, here's the thing. The reason being is that if I start buying stuff that's in another line or they're a team, it's like I'm such a completionist from being a comic fan. Like, like, you ever go into a comic shop and they have like a pretty good run of something, but it's missing one issue, and you won't buy it because it's missing one issue. It's like, you better have all of it. So that's kind of what stops me. That's that stopgap of, if I do this, I'm gonna go all in. And so it's like, I'm an unrepentant gambler, but I've never gambled because I know if I start, I won't stop.
Yep.
So one of my shelves that I started amassing supplies for was my Dreadnought Swamp Shack. And once I start that, it's going to be a whole another rabbit hole, because I'm going to want a water moccasin to be pulled up outside. I'm going to want, like, I already have the no-nef chameleon. So, like, even though Zartan's daughter comes with a chameleon, honestly, the chameleon that Nonef did and then I customized, it's a million times better than what Hasbro was able to do. So, support your customizers, I guess, is what tonight's show is, because they're doing better work. And, again, if I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to pay for something that's good. I'm not going to, I'm not going to pay through the nose anymore for something that isn't good.
Yeah. Or something that's like, if you have a favorite character, I won't buy it if it doesn't kind of appeal to, like, if it's not the ideal character. It's like, I'm a huge Daredevil fan. So, but every Daredevil figure until I saw the Mafex figure is just kind of sucked. I've never liked any of it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get that. That's kind of like the ideal figure for me of that character. And, now Marvel Legends has got a couple of, they're releasing that Secret Wars one. I'll pick that one up because it looks all right. But it's like waited for years just to find that kind of quintessential figure to represent a favorite character of mine. So I don't know if that's the same for other people, but, kind of to your point, it's you may buy a figure that is a favorite figure, but you're like, it's not perfect, but I could tweak it if you have that skill set. I'm going to add on or swap it out. It's like, okay, so like my little Kit Bash Snake Eyes here. I've never really been happy with any of the Snake Eyes figures. So this is a Stalker legs, the Recon Diver, and then the Snake Eyes neck. Snake Eyes V2 with and his head and neck, and so that's all. And I got this idea off of a couple of people I think have posted a similar kit batch off of Instagram. I'm like, well, okay, I can do that. And so now I have my ideal Snake Eyes. Now, I have the retro carded one, but this is kind of like I wanted a kind of a V2 version that I was happy with. It didn't have pins, and that fits the bill.
So my dream team from a customizer is going to be the Vietnam fire team of Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Stalker. Like, come on, like that. Give me that green guy, army guy. Give me that. Like, if you're going to do a 3-pack, do that.
So Mexican Griswold on Instagram, he's done a couple kit bashes, 3 3/4 inch, of course.
Yeah.
Of
The
that of those 3. He's kit bashed him with Marauders gear, Marauder gun runners, and it looks sick. So yeah, he's done a really good job just kit bashing, no paint or anything, just kit bashing parts.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I visited their booth at ZoloCon and walked away with, everybody knows that I'm a German Shepherd companion fan. So I walked away with one of their German Shepherds and one of their Vietnam era guys. Why? Because he had the Marlboro pack in his helmet. Like, little details are what sells sick people like me. Like, give me a detail like that. So, in any case, I think we've kind of covered a lot. Uncle Clutch, do you want to talk about where people can find you, and then we'll go around the horn and see what everybody's doing this week, and then we'll head out.
On Instagram, it's Uncle Clutch 73, and you've got that scrolling there. For YouTube, it is Lady Spartan Creations, and kind of said, still kind of growing there, kind of just coming out of the digital womb, as we'd say. On Facebook, and I actually only went back on Facebook because of this hobby, because after being a cop, I got off of it and was fine for years, and I don't want to do this. It's just under my name, Matt Harris, and then it's got the Lady Spartan Creations logo, which is her and I. She's in the armor, and I'm in the tactical gear. We're both facing outboard with our weapons there, and a little sticker, which she helped me design. And then my little picture at the top is my Dreadnought table where everybody's sitting, and I had a couple of custom knocks sitting at the table there. One I think was Mason. He was an ex-con who did some time for Zartan because he kept his mouth shut, and he never forgets his friends. Even if it takes 20 years to get to you, he's going to get to you. So but yeah, those would be the top three places. And like I said, we'll be at Joe Fest. Probably going to be in Knock costume one day, and then she's going to be Cover Girl, and I'll be Clutch on another day. And we're going to be at the table with Top Fun. Might have a couple of my vehicles. I am kind of dabbling in vehicles. I've got a Batman tumbler that I converted to a Dreadnought Reaper, and the cool thing about it is not just the outside detail, but the inside is going to have like one of Bad Mother's little Playboy centerfolds above the driver, ammo, just junk around in there, like how Dreadnoughts will keep a vehicle plus heavily armed. Like I said, I'm working on I actually have a Wall-E figure that I'm turning into a weaponized drone. So his eye sockets are going to actually have missiles coming out of him. He's not going to look like himself when I'm done. And it's rotating Gatling cannon. So dabbling in vehicles, and then definitely not dabbling in the figures. I'm trying to shoot for having 100 figures to bring to Joe Fest. Right now I'm at a solid 35 to 40. So now like I've got a little extra time, got a little more time, but we're definitely gonna have a lot of figures of mine interspersed with John's weapons bins. And it'll be him and his eldest daughter, I believe, and me and Lady Spartan manning that area, and then going out and shaking hands, kissing babies, and stealing their lollipops. So
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Max, what do you got coming up this week? You've been killing the reviews lately.
Thank you. The last one, most recent, is the Mafex Batman Dark Knight Returns. Got that because we're in it's a 40th anniversary of that story. I'm going to be editing my retrospective of that particular storyline. I have a hardcover, or not a I have a collector's edition that has all 4 issues in oversized hardcover format. So I was doing a review of that and just kind of a retrospective of the story. So I'm working on that. I've been working on that today. So, and then a few other figures that I've got, and I'll probably talk about too. So
very cool. Eric, Mr. Hillbilly, what do you got?
Well, on Podcast from the Pit this coming Saturday morning, we have a super special guest. You may not have heard of him, but Uncle Clutch and Lady Spartan.
What?
Yeah. Who would have known? Excited to have them on there and talk more with them, and can't wait. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, I won't party late the night before.
Yeah. Wreckship, you getting that channel off the ground, right? This week?
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, man, we're doing another show soon, because we got to follow that one up. That was a lot of fun. So start putting your slideshow together, because that last one was great. So
yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Wes, you're getting everything set back up in your new digs. So
Getting
anything
there.
coming up?
That's good.
We got the night shift this Wednesday with
Yep.
Casey and crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following Wednesday, since we alternate, I'll have Alpha One and I on our O-Ring Operatives show. And I think we were talking about something. We were trying to come up with some topics for the one in a week and a half. So I think we got it nailed down. So yeah,
That'll be
Very
good.
cool. Well,
And
go
I
ahead.
completely forgot about the night shift, where I work the night shift, and I won't be on there. I completely forgot about it.
It's the one where Hillbilly lurks in the comments and listens along.
Yeah.
Lurker.
But, so yeah, this week I'm hoping to get out a couple of reviews, as I do every week and fail to do so. I'm going to be on night shift on Wednesday, and then actually next Saturday is the first one I'm going to miss, because I'm going to be in Special Operations Wildfire School. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm going to
times.
be catching the replay on that one. So it's the first one I've missed in, I don't know, feels like almost 6-8 months, something like that. But
You're fired.
so Yeah, I'll hit you in the comments. Like I'll be like, I'm in class. Good show, everybody.
Putting out fires.
But
Leave me alone.
yeah, so
Literally.
thank you all tonight. It was a great
Yeah.
show. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie's going to talk about cats in your comments. But yeah,
Just love
thanks
this
to
cat.
thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to our guest, Uncle Clutch. It was awesome having you here, and I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
what you're doing in the
Yeah.
future. And
Yep.
we will catch
Great stuff.
everybody next time. So we'll see you soon, Uncle Clutch. If you hang out for a minute, we'll. I gotta talk to you for a minute if you have a second.
Mhm.
See you guys.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off, please.